Hi, my name is Ameya.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so I'm a rising senior in high school. Some of my hobbies are reading, listening to music, and riding my bike. My favorite subject is science, and in college, I plan to major in astronomy or astrophysics. I decided to join this program because I didn't know much about AI and machine learning, and I was curious to learn about what it could be used for, and also build my own project. Astronomy is originally what I wanted my project to be about, but I found a different problem that I wanted to fix more. So
Okay.
most people don't actually know how much risk they're facing in their own area until it actually happens. So whether that's crime, fire, or storm, until it actually happens to them, they're kind of unaware. This is mostly because that while the information that could warn them exists, it's kind of scattered across different sites and databases, and none of it's really personalized to a person's own situation. So in the end, people are often unprepared for things they could have anticipated.
Okay.
Um, so a few issues I found with this. So first, people consistently underestimate risk in their own neighborhood. So until it actually happens to them, they don't really pay attention to it, and they're not preparing for it ahead of time because of this. Second, while organizations like FEMA and the American Red Cross provide accurate safety information, it's not exactly tailored to a person's own situation. So like their location, how dense their neighborhood is, and what their actual biggest risk in that place is. So because of this, it's kind of limited in relevance to the person. Third, during an actual emergency, what matters most is how fast someone can get localized safety information and how close real help like shelters and hospitals actually are. Most people don't have this mapped out ahead of time, so during a situation, they're a little set back. And finally, I found that in quick situations where people need help, conversational guidance is a lot easier for them in the moment than reading a long document of information because the format of the help matters as much as the accuracy does. So the solution I created for this was SafeSphere. Instead of treating safety like something you read once and forget, SafeSphere takes your location, your environment, and your specific safety concerns and turns that into a personalized safety profile. And it gives you a live community safety score along with a visual map of your own risk. So besides showing just a score and a visual map, if it gives you immediate guidance and helps you prepare ahead of time for situations like this. So it gives you, oh, sorry. Um,
Okay, go. That's fine. Go the demonstration. Okay. So the solution is just an intro to your demonstration, right?
okay, so this is the dashboard where we have a few core tools like risk assessment, AI emergency assistance, preparedness planner, safety knowledge center, and expanded nearby emergency resources. So let's start with risk assessment. Users can enter their zip code, their population density, and like a primary hazard concern, and it gives them a safety score and a map of their area with all these shelters and the risk. There's also a safety chat here, so people can converse with an AI and ask questions like, "What can I pack in a home security kit?" And it can give them a response like this. If you want it more personalized, you can ask more questions and just help it be more based on your own situation. Here we have an emergency AI. So if you're in a situation where you need quick help and there's nothing else nearby, you can quickly put in something and get guidance for until you can get some better help, like calling 911. So I can put in, I broke my leg while hiking, or make it more detailed, so depending on the situation, and it'll give me some advice depending on that.
Okay,
Here
wait.
is,
Pause 1 second. Scroll up a bit.
mhm,
Here, like describe emergency situations, right?
mhm,
Right now, what you're using an API, right? That takes the internet, right? Does that make
mhm.
sense?
Yeah,
Right. So, you're talking to public rock, right? Right. And
yeah.
then you're using that. But like in an actual emergency situation, like what if, like let's take the example you wrote here, right?
Mhm.
You broke your leg while hiking. Most of these places don't have internet.
Yeah.
How's your app gonna work then?
Um, So it doesn't always have to be for like those things, but depending on where you are, you can use this if you can't get any other help quickly. So maybe like if you burnt your hand in the kitchen or if you cut your finger, it's more like the hiking thing was just an example, but for more
Hmm.
like relevant situations, this could be used to get like quick help instead of having to search up like if I cut my hand, what do I do? You can get help from this immediately and have put in the exact situation and it'll give you an example and it'll give you guidance based on that.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. But like, let's say you are in that, yeah, let's say you are in that hiking situation. How would
Mhm.
you change your app so that to take account for that for fact that like sometimes the internet won't be available, right? Flood is going on, probably the electricity is not available, not just internet, right? So
Mhm.
like, how will you like how will you change up your app so that like you can prepare for such certain situations as well?
Well, that's actually more down if you keep scrolling. So we
Okay.
have a family preparedness planner, but we also have an educational knowledge center. So in this, you can prepare for situations you're worried about. So if you're going to go hiking, you can search like first aid, medical care, or any of these other things. And you can search like, what would I do in a situation where I broke my leg while hiking? Or what would I do if I'm stranded in the woods and I don't have resources? Like, what would I do in those situations? So here you can plan for those situations in the future if you're worried about it.
I may understand my question here, right? Look, all of these things are great. I'm not these features are good. However, they'll all use the internet, right? But like, how will you change up your app right now
Mm-hmm.
so that you can deal with situations in which the person does not have access to the internet or even electricity, right?
Um,
Because their features won't work without the internet, right? And
yeah,
they're meant for emergencies. Think about it for a
um,
second and answer me, okay?
I guess I would just try and find a way for them to get the same information even without the internet, or
Okay,
um,
how would you do that though?
uh,
Don't
maybe
overthink it. It's very simple.
maybe by like uploading the um like advice into the app firsthand before, so it has like a database information depending on like a situation.
So like pre-prepared guides.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, right. So like think about it like here what you can do, right? You can have
Mhm.
like when you download the app, it comes with like a bunch of like pre-written guides for like a whole bunch of situations, right?
Yeah.
This way this way that even if they don't have internet or things like that, the guides are just available right there and there, right? That
Yeah.
makes sense. Right. So again, you have to think about these sort of things when you're planning out your app, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. You good answer there. All right. Okay, nice. Please, any other features you want to show me?
This is just like a family preparedness planner. So depending on like your household members, your location, and any other issues you might have, you can put in like a hazard focus and then get advice for what you would do in that situation and like things you might have to pack and all that. So these two are more just like for preparing for the future.
Going for the future, got it.
And then at the bottom, we have a resource finder. So this just, depending on your location, it'll show you emergency resources nearby. So hospitals, fire stations, shelters, all that, which it shows up on the map over here too.
Nice. Okay. So, what is that live community safety score again? That's at 73 or something, right? Scroll down,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the higher it is, the more safe it is. Um, so depending on like where you are, it can change. So if I was in a rural area, um, the score could change. It's
Six,
lower.
seven now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Not funny.
just depending on a higher.
Yeah. Anyways,
Mhm.
cool. All right. Very well made. One last question for you.
Mhm.
What is an API?
Um, it's
Mhm.
sorry, I'm
Come on,
trying to
your whole app is made on this.
yeah.
You know this. Yeah.
It's I keep forgetting the acronym, but
You don't need the acronym. Just explain it to me in your own
um
words.
it's kind of just like it's like how two like websites or like can talk kind of so that you can
Perfect.
get like information from one on your from another website on your own thing. So that's kind of like how mine gets information from other.
Exactly, right? You're using Grok for this, right? So